Welcome to my brand new channel, The Joey Only Show. So this is part 3 or 4. This is part 50 of my look at Jeffrey friggin' Rath and these Alberta separatists, these complete wacko weirdos. And we're going to focus on this. So we had an interview I put on the channel. I implore you to go back and look at it. I'll put it up at the end of the video here for you to click on there. Where my friend, who is a Mohawk warrior, he was actually part of the Oka fight there in 1990. He had some pretty interesting things to say about the separatist movement going on and the things Jeffrey Rath was saying. So we watched this interview with Vasi Kapelis, and she did a great job deconstructing him, making him look real bad. So naturally, somebody from up on top of corporate headquarters gets a phone call from somebody in the oil industry, and they're like, hey, that's our guy. We're using him to try to get more ship for us from Canada. So if you could do something, CTV, to make fringe conservative groups look better. They're like, okay, sure, we'll give him another interview and we'll totally frame him in a better light.
Sketched out, getting angrier. Now,
you never know what can happen.
They're going on, you know. Here she comes. Pretty close.
So this is my brand new channel, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and it's not going to be easy because basically the algorithms are heavily favored against me. Like, I just seen this new YouTube channel for BC Separatist Group, and their brand new video got 14,000 views, and my new video against separatism got 14 views. So I'm trying to make a channel here where we basically just say it as it is, call things out as they are. I'm tired of everyone tiptoeing around the obvious, and that's never been something I've been especially good at. I kind of just call the obvious as I see it. It's like part of my gift of pattern recognition. Okay, so Jeffrey, he's going to go back on CTV again. They're going to give him a second chance, and they're going to like basically frame him as like somehow reasonable. And but man, the stuff he's saying is complete whack nonsense. Let's get right down to it and see what these kind of garbage these guys are saying.
Threat to Canadian unity appears to be growing in Alberta. A separatist group confirms that it met with U.S. officials over the past year, but won't say who was part of that meeting.
Well, first of all, let's be really clear. I mean, Alberta can completely fund itself without any help from the United States.
Oh, yeah.
We've already done a feasibility study on that. It's called The Value of Freedom.
We're not really about independence.
Fiscal plan for an independent Alberta. We send $70 billion a year to Ottawa. We get less than $10 billion a year back in federal transfers, and we get $10 billion in questionable federal services, including national defense, which we know isn't really any defense at all. So we can completely fund ourselves as a free and independent country. The only thing we're doing is conducting a feasibility study on putting in place a credit line to ease us through the transition of cutting off all federal tax dollars going to Ottawa from Alberta and keeping all of the money here in Alberta. I mean, we're very serious people. We're treating this as a very serious project. We're doing our due diligence on behalf of
dictators are serious people.
We are looking forward to the day where we leave Canada and we will be paying no more federal income tax, no more GST, no more carbon tax, and that Alberta will be the lowest taxed, lowest regulated jurisdiction in North America. So that's what we're looking forward to.
So who actually benefits in this paradigm? If resource extraction is strip mining, like Clifton said in our show today, is how they're going to fund all this, and like their big boon is like they just want to be able to strip mine Alberta as much as possible, as fast as possible. That's what they want. Well, who benefits from that? Well, obviously the richest of the rich do.
Obviously, billions of dollars worth of reasons for Alberta to leave Canada.
It's only good if you trust me.
To provide us a single reason that Alberta would be better
not
off
one
if
single
we
reason
in Canada. And I put that challenge out to Daniel Smith. I put it out to Mark Carney. I put it out to every provincial premier. Please tell us why Albertans will be so much better off financially if we stay in Canada.
There's not one good reason. Well, tell me one good reason. If we told you one good reason, you would refuse to listen. That's your talent. You're some of the richest people in the world, you dumb fuck.
Tax or any other federal taxes, and will no longer be, subject to federal regulation of our oil and gas industry.
The quiet part is out loud. It's just a big ploy to help the oil and gas industry.
Well, let me just ask you, Jeffrey, too. Is it just purely financial? Is that ultimately all this boils down to for you and for your group? Or like there's other ways to and part of this, but there's so much focus on this financial part of it as opposed to remaining part of the country.
Well, that's a very big part.
Well, yeah, because money's like, money.
With financial
money.
It's always
it's all money
on a going forward basis.
Yeah,
so we want to show our fellow Albertans and the rest of the world that Albertans will be extremely well off when we leave Canada. We don't need Canada. Canada needs us.
We don't.
But they sure haven't treated us that way, have they? West
Well, we
Coast
can't have
tanker ban,
independence, but
emission
we don't
caps,
need
production
anybody.
caps, net zero nonsense coming out of the World Economic Forum.
It's only good if
on
we
and
get
on.
help from
Every
America.
time we turn around, there is some new silly regulation coming out of Ottawa
Silly.
to destroy our industry and destroy our economy.
Well,
and the
that's
weird
all
thing
they
about
want
it
is
that we
to
have such a hard
destroy
time
you.
reconciling is Alberta literally supports the entire country of Canada.
It literally supports the whole. Listen to this horse shit. It's not even true.
Quebec, half of that to the
Why are they giving him a platform to lie?
And, what do we get for it? We're
Look
mistreated.
at this squarehead
Oil
dumb
is referred
fuck
to
who's
as
interviewing
dirty
him.
Oil. We're just constantly disrespected on an ongoing basis. They want to attack our culture with
You're
things like
disrespected
universal
because you're an
basic
idiot
income, where
and
they're
you're
literally
greedy.
going to destroy the industriousness of our children. I mean, one thing after another. That's why we're leaving. It's not
You're
just
not leaving.
financial, but Albertans need to know that we are going to be so much better off financially when we leave.
We'll be so
That's
much
why
better
we kinda
off.
lead
Trust
with
this
that
guy.
message. Imagine a nurse married to a policeman.
Fucking car
They're both
salesman.
married, making more than $100,000 a year. In a free and independent Alberta with no more federal income tax, their
We can
family
just make up
income
numbers.
and their take-home pay is going to increase by $40,000 to $60,000 a
40
year.
or 60,000 is
let me
just
put this-
magically going to go up.
I
Everyone's going to be
understand,
richer
and I understand,
magically.
Again, like a lot of those points, I want to ask you too, because
This is nothing new in
I don't want to
Western
be disrespectful to
Canada.
that member of Parliament, but my response is, so what? I mean, it's about time that people in Ontario start paying their own bills, and they can shoulder the burden of the welfare, the welfare economy of the Maritimes.
The welfare economy of the
Albertans are tired
Maritimes.
of it. And, you need to be aware that there's a recent poll that came out that now shows support for Alberta independence at 41%. I actually texted it to your producer. So as our petition
it's a made-up
campaign goes
poll.
forward and hundreds
Numbers
of
are
thousands
lower,
of Albertans
maybe
line
20.
up for miles into the cold January nights to sign what they're calling the Alberta Declaration of Independence petition.
The
That
Alberta
Albertans are leaving.
Declaration.
I mean, we're serious about leaving. We're determined to go. And
40%
conservative
ain't enough,
MPs
buddy.
in Ontario, and
Even if that were
talking
true.
about national unity isn't going to stop it.
No, you are just here to sow poison.
Conservative convention in Calgary didn't change
Divide our
anybody's
country,
mind.
so we're right for
Danielle
the
Smith
taking.
saying that she's for a strong Alberta within a united Canada hasn't changed anybody's minds. And we're leaving. I mean, people just need to get their heads around that.
Then
and starting
go
to plan
leave.
accordingly.
Let me put
Cross
this to
that
you
border.
then. So again, it's 100 and almost 180,000 signatures that you're trying to collect by May. If the referendum, and it's like a bit of a hypothetical, the referendum goes forward and Albertans say and they vote in favor of staying in Canada, are you going to drop this project? Will you drop this movement,
Nope.
or are you expecting it to continue even if you get
No,
to
we're
the
gonna
referendum
win.
and it's defeated?
We're going to get magical
First of
votes
all,
out
we
of
don't
nowhere.
think that's going to happen. I mean, as our petition
I don't think it's
campaign
gonna
goes
happen.
forward, more and more people are flocking to our banner. Every time somebody like David Eby comes out and says we're not real Albertans because we support
He didn't say that.
independence. Every time somebody like David Eby calls us treasonous, it reminds another
Boogeyman.
100,000 Albertans to go out and sign the petition for independence. So at the end of the day,
Say communism
we're
some more.
confident that we're going to win the referendum. But to be clear, our view is that, in the unlikelihood of a no vote, we just roll up
In
our
the
sleeves and keep
unlikelihood.
working the same that the Parti Québécois does, and maybe at that point we look at forming a provincial independence party that's credible. To take this forward, but we don't see that happening. I mean,
No,
clearly
we don't
the
see a
momentum
credible
is on
party
our side.
happening.
We're only 4 weeks into our petition campaign, and we've already moved the needle in the polls by over 10 points. So, we think by the time we finish our petition campaign at the end of May, that
We'll
we're going
ratchet
to have
up our
over
grievance
50%
politics
of the
some more.
population in favor of independence, and certainly then we'll have a 3 or 4 month referendum campaign where we can continue to talk to Albertans about the benefits of not having to pay any more income tax, doubling
By the
pensions
time
for our
that
senior
happens, you will be
citizens
disgraced.
instead of paying refugees and temporary foreign workers more than our pensioners, et cetera, et cetera. A free and independent Alberta will be the wealthiest country per capita in the world.
Because
and that's
he
what
said
we're
so.
looking forward to. We think it's a very positive project. We're
Magic
with a
money is
spirit
gonna
of
come from
positivity,
nowhere.
and we're very excited about the prospect of creating a new country.
Once we stop
Jeff,
cooperating with
we're
everybody
about out of
around
time,
us.
but I want to ask you just for a quick update. Can you update how many people have signed the petition before I let you go?
We're well ahead of what we need to get to 200,000 signatures. We're crushing that metric. Our goal is to get well over 1 million signatures, and we're a bit behind the curve on that because we haven't had enough canvassing badges out yet. But we're going to get there because we're now, as at the end of this month, we're going to be over 5,000 canvassers. We're on our way to a
Where are you getting your money from?
Canvasser goal, and as soon as we have
American
our
money,
10,000 canvassers
disclose
ready to go.
It.
We're going to unleash an 87 constituency door knocking campaign. And, we're confident that we're going to get to the 1 million signature goal that we set for ourselves.
As if CTV just turns around and gives that total dumb piece of ham a platform to go shooting his bullshit some more. And a lot of it really is grievance politics BS. You got to look at where it's coming from, and see it as it is. So we'll do our best to keep coming after these guys, showing you what the things they're saying are and how absolutely full of shit they actually are. This guy was a lawyer for 20 years in First Nations law. He knows full well that Alberta can't just separate. Somebody is paying him. Somebody's putting money in his pocket to go spread this gospel. Meanwhile, as a lawyer, he's already been disgraced. He's got 3 things against him going on in Alberta right now. You can look that up. Go see our last video. We talk all about it. We expose him for what he actually is a little bit there. So Jeffrey Rath, don't follow these guys. They talk a big talk, but eventually, my prediction is by the time that the referendum comes around, some dirt about this guy is going to go viral, and people are going to see him as he is and not trust him. He's like, basically, he was a lawyer, but he basically talks like a used car salesman. He's got that kind of mentality, that kind of grift going on. Always trying to move the goalpost as soon as you push on him, and as soon as you push on him a little bit, he deflects and tries to push away and, makes up numbers, makes up dream reality, makes up this utopia that is just Alberta. Once we stop cooperating with Canada, we're not going to cooperate with Canada anymore. Well, there's only good things to come from cooperating with America. Like, he just totally acts like the reality is that Alberta doesn't benefit from Canada as a whole. And we all know that we all benefit as a country in this, whatever we think of the country as a whole, whatever the problems are, the things we have to work on, we all know that we do benefit from having no borders as we drive across this wonderful country. We all know we benefit from having, does Alberta not get government money? They sure as hell do. Don't tell me they don't. We can talk more about that on the channel. I just thought I'd show you that on Jeffrey Rath tonight. One last shot at that guy. Let's get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers as fast as we can. If you, hit that button, everybody, ring the bell, and let's get the watch time up on these videos and get ourselves to a monetized status as quick as we can so that I'm not working for free here exposing the lies of these guys in Canada. Okay, bye now.